Howdy folks, Jeff Stone here with another tutorial. This time we're going to learn about zipping and unzipping files. A lot of the assignments that I have some of my students submit for me, there are multiple files that need to be compressed into one file so they can upload just the one file. So for example here, we have 3 Word documents and 2 Excel documents. So let's imagine that I needed you to submit all of these documents here. Well, it's a simple matter of just selecting them all, and you can just drag and highlight them, or you can do Control A, or just click them one at a time and hold down the Control key as you click each one. Okay, either way, you want to select all the files that you're going to zip up. Now, the next thing, there's more than 3, but 3 main zip software programs out there. The default that comes with your Windows machine is called Compressed Folder. Then there's 7-Zip, which is one that's been gaining a lot of popularity. And if you use the computers here on the Slick campus, you'll see that. And then there's another one called WinRar that's been around for quite a while. I'm going to show you how to use each one, but it's all basically the same thing. So you have the files highlighted. Then you right-click on them and go down. In the case of the default Windows or compressed folder, you just go down to Send To right here, Compressed Folder. You click that and it makes a file here, and we can just call it Documents or whatever. And now that zipped folder has all of these documents inside of it. So I can delete all these if I wanted to. Delete that. And now these are all, this one folder contains, this one file contains all of those files in it. Now to extract that, you just go right click, and this is if somebody ever sends you a zip file. By the way, if somebody sends you a zip file, make sure you check with the person that sent it and that you know it's legitimate. Zip files are famous for being a home for viruses. So we right click and we simply just go to extract all, and then it's going to ask you where do you want to extract it, and it says to put it on my desktop in a folder called Documents. I'm actually just going to have it go right onto my desktop, not even in a folder called Documents. And then extract, and there are all those files again. Okay, so that's how you do it with the default with Windows. It's called Compressed Folder. Okay, now some of you might have, instead of Compressed Folder or in addition to Compressed Folder, you have a program called 7-Zip. So it works the same way. We highlight all the files, we right click, and now instead of going down here to Send To, we're going to just go right here to 7-Zip. And under 7-Zip, we're going to say Add to Archive. Okay, so we click on that, and now it asks us what do we want to call the file. And in this case, we're going to call it Documents again, like we did last time. And right here is where it's going to put it. There are other parameters in here you don't really need for this class. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just leave the defaults. Click OK, and there is a 7-Zip document right there. Okay. Now, if you make it a 7-Zip format, you'll need the 7-Zip software to unzip it. But we can go ahead and delete those files now. And now we have just this one file. And again, to extract it, we right-click on it, go to 7-Zip, and then Extract Files. We're going to say Extract here, so it'll just dump them right to the same location. And lo and behold, we have all the files again. So that's how you do it with 7-Zip. And last but not least, we have WinRar. Now in this case, again, it's the same thing. We highlight all the files, we right click, but now instead of going to Send To, we go to here, where we're going to add to, and it just gives you a default name of what it thinks it's going to call the file. So we can actually just say add to desktop.rar, and if we do that, it'll just create a file called desktop.rar, or we can actually do add to archive. And so let's do it one at a time here. Let's do this one. Desktop. Now, bam, it just zipped them all up and made a folder called, or made a file called desktop. Or, rather than that, we can right click on them and add to archive. And this time we are able to give it our own name. And so we're going to give it the name Documents like we did before. And then we save it. Again, don't worry about all the advanced settings. All right, so there we have the Documents zip file, which is it's a .rar file. And we can, again, delete all of those if we want. And that's the one file that we have. That's all we need. And that's what, of course, you would submit. Your assignment would be submitting this. But once if you ever get a zip folder again or a WinRar file or whatever, and you need to extract it, you just right-click on it and extract files. And again, you can extract here and just dump it right into whatever folder you happen to be in. And then you can delete the zip file if you'd like. So that's it. Hopefully that helps you understand how to zip and unzip files for ease of uploading and downloading.